Hello guys, it's Glurmit here, and today I'm going to be talking about when you should take a break from your current farm and maybe decide to do some side farms. So a lot of you are going to be in this position where maybe you've found the GL, maybe you're going for like a big character like Jabba or Lord Vader or JMK or just any of these, maybe even Leviathan Profundity Executor, right? You're going for one of these big characters and you go one to the other to the other to the other, but then you're not really getting anything going. So what you'll end up doing is you'll have what I call a journey guide account. Basically your account just consists of journey guide relics and nothing else, and these accounts aren't as good as they can be because you're missing key relics, key satyrs, or whatever you want to talk about there. So I'm going to kind of break it down. So to begin with, if you go for a character and you get the majority of a team, then it's probably worth finishing that team. So for example, guys, if we go and we have a look at the Jedi Luke event here, you are going to see, and this is one that if you watch the streams, you're going to know I talk about this all the time. You need Captain Han and Rolo for Jedi Luke, and you also need Stormtrooper Han for Jedi Luke, because you need Stormtrooper Han for CLS. So you're going to have 3 of the 5 characters that you need for a Sana team. So why not farm Sana to at least 3-star? If you want 7-star, apply the Zeta, and then all of a sudden you have a team. So this is an opportunity for you to divert off the tracks and invest in a team. Now, if you're someone who maybe wants to really plan for the future, then there's no problem with also relicking Sana because you're going to have a relic team, and she can later be used for Afra. Obviously, I'm not saying you have to do this, I'm just using it as an example of how you can actually make use of your diversions. So that's the first kind of case. Like, you're going to see with a lot of these teams, you're gonna have opportunities like this. So for example, if we went to the Leviathan here, you're going to see that HK is a requirement and Shorty is a requirement. So you may decide to stop off and get some droids. Now that may consist of BB-8 and R2-D2, who are both journey guide characters, and then you may also decide to do T3 as an example, guys. It can work. It's a nice opportunity for you. Again, if you're going for someone like General Skywalker, you need to stop off and do the clones. There's no point unlocking him and not having the team. And this brings us to the second point, guys. If you're going to go and you're going to unlock a new character, whatever you do, don't stop at the unlock. The unlock only finishes when you finish the team. So, General Skywalker needs his clones. If you're going to go for someone like Darth Revan, you want to finish and get Malik. If you're going to go for someone such as Lord Vader, you're going to have to farm Royal Guard. Royal Guard's not actually a requirement for Lord Vader, but he is part of the best team there is. That also kind of includes Thrawn, so you may have to stop off for them. So when you're like farming these characters, don't just think, okay, I need to finish this character and I'm done. You need to go out of your way and you need to farm additional characters on the side. So for example, say you've gone for Sith Eternal Emperor, don't forget about Armorer, don't forget about Wat Tambor. If you've gone for SLKR, again, Armorer, Wat Tambor, any of these sorts of characters really do help a lot. So now we've kind of covered, when you should go for these characters, why you should go for them, and when to kind of drop off. What about if you just want to go and do something different? Is there ever a way to do this? And I'm going to be honest to you guys. On average, if you're very, very efficient, more efficient than most players, you should really be averaging a relic once a week. For those of you who are true gamers out there, maybe even every 4 or 5 days. But really, if you're not spending money, the aim is a week. The majority of you is going to be 1 to 2 weeks in that range per relic, which then if you work it out, you're only looking at like 25 to 30 relics a year, right? Which is kind of sad. I mean, hey, you can still do like 3 GLs doing that relic rate. But what you're going to notice is that if you do stop off, you're just not going to make the progress you want to see. Like, if we go and we have a look at some teams that, for example, I have built up on my main, you guys who are free to play or don't spend as much money are just automatically not going to have them. For example, Wookiees. When do you stop off and invest in Wookiees? For 99% of you, probably never. But for people who do spend money or people that want to, you can make exceptions. So what I recommend people to do in my roster review streams, and it really depends, guys, on firstly what game mode you like the most. If you're just a Grand Arena fanboy, then obviously, you know, you're going to be super efficient and you're going to be worrying just about these key relics. Maybe you divert for 1 or 2 characters, which we'll cover in a little bit, but the majority of you are not going to be too worried here. Now, if you're someone who's a little bit open to experimenting and having more fun, then my recommendation is for every month, basically, that you play this game, do 1 relic or 1 character who maybe isn't on your list but you want to get done. So for example, you can go in and you can make a guide here, a tab, and you can call it, I don't know, like I don't know, you can call it like plans for the month, or plans for the month. What month are we in right now? We're in like July, right? It's actually August. I don't even know what month we're even in. So you do like plans for August, you go create a new squad, and you can say, I don't know, I want a relic, I don't know, Ray, Lord Vader, JML, SOKR, Jabba, right? If we think we want 1 relic per week, okay, so we say, okay, I want these 3 done. And then you say, okay, once these 3 are done, then I'm going to stop off and I'm going to relic 1 character or gear up 1 character that I want to see. So for example, I may chuck in Young Han. I don't know. Maybe you like me, and Young Han's awesome. So then at this rate, you are going to slow down, but you're going to increase the variety in your roster, right? Because you're doing 3 for requirement, or GLs are technically needed at high relics, and then you got 1 that is separate. So this is kind of a nice way to balance. This is what I would do. It does slow down progress, so just appreciate that, guys. There is no quick fix. There is no way to do these random relics and do the relics for journey guides and still make good progress. You need to decide, do you want to invest in just journey guide, or do you want to kind of do some fun stuff on the side? Now, I wouldn't recommend you go ahead and you say, okay, for August I'm gonna go and I'm going to R7 the entire item team, right, which are here. I wouldn't recommend this, like, because what you're gonna notice, guys, is this way you're not going to make any progress whatsoever. At least if you go the first method, you're still making progress towards those end goals, whereas this one is just not happening. Remember, guys, there's a reason that a lot of these characters, that I enjoy using, that you guys enjoy using, such as Wookiees, Smugglers, Scoundrels, Imperial Troopers, all of these, there's a reason that most people don't invest in them, because they just don't need it, right? It doesn't mean they're not good, it just means they're not needed. And because of this, you don't want to overinvest, which is why it's important when you're farming and planning out your roster. By all means, include, maybe once a month, maybe once every 2 months, maybe even once every 3 months, you just do 1 or 2 characters and you take them up as you do. So that's kind of the first kind of thing. So we've covered, characters who you kind of stop off because you're already getting the team, so it's worth stopping off and finishing it. And now we've kind of covered maybe integrating them into your farming plan. But then when else are we going to farm new characters? So guys, if you're someone who maybe enjoys other game modes, if you enjoy TB, then yeah, you might want to stop off and do some TB related characters. If your guild wants you to R8 a character, or R7 a character, R6 or whatever, R5 for a platoon, or whatever they're called now, I don't even know, then that's also probably worth it. That's not a question of if, it's a question of when. So for example, you can see my Vet Smuggler Chewie and my Zalbar R8. Both of those were done for platoons for Rise of Empire, so it's worth stopping off to do those. And unfortunately, you just need to kind of jumble them in somewhere, but I'd say for 90% of you watching, even if you do, it's like relic 5. You don't have to worry about these high relics here, so that's kind of something for you to worry about. Now, next up, you may want to invest in data crunch. It's not something I would recommend you to do, but if you are someone who wants to make the most of your roster, maybe this is something you do. So for example, as of recording this, we are going into 3v3 Grand Arena. You may decide to run Seer with Starkiller, which means that Palpatine Margate is free. So you may decide to invest in the Sith Assassin to R7 in order to make use of that team, right? So that's something that you could decide to do. My recommendation is, when you're farming data crunch, go for the level 9s, and then if you get the character and you have a free spot, you have the opportunity to invest. But it's better to be in that situation than invest in a character and not have the Datacron, right? So if you do it, then you have a choice. So for example, from these, the only ones I can actually use is just these two at the moment. Sith Assassin will be usable soon, and then from down here I can use both of these. But for a lot of you, you're not going to be able to use them, but it's still worth potentially diverting. So from the current set at the moment, you guys may be interested in doing the Qui-Gon one. If you're someone who's farmed JMK, it's maybe worth diverting to do this farm. Obviously, it's up to you guys. I'm not saying to do that. This isn't efficient. It's just when you can stop off. One of the benefits with Datacrons and going for level 7s or level 9s there is you do find out they work in TB. So for example, my Starkiller team I couldn't use because Palpatine was R7, Starkiller was R7, and Mara Jade was R5. And then I was going to leave her at R5 and never take her up, but I did for the Datacron, and now that team works in TB. So it's kind of like a win-win. So next up, we have characters who you will maybe unlock and they just have to take priority. So for example, say you're someone who's about to unlock, if that's just a Prevet, then yeah, they take priority. You need to be gearing them up straight away. And Malicos, when he comes out, like these sorts of characters, you put everything on hold to invest in these characters. Now, I know a few of you have like done Ben. Maybe Ben's low gear. Hey, if you have JTR, still invest in Ben. These are good characters that do deserve to be invested over others. But guys, honestly, there's no trick here. Like I said, if you're free to play, maybe if you're an extremely good gamer, like 4 days, it's very unlikely. You're looking more at 1 to 2 weeks per relic, which is like 25 relics roughly a year, give or take, sometimes more, sometimes less. And honestly, guys, it's about balancing it. Now, I don't want to tell you to go out there and just do journey guides, because I don't like playing that way. I know it's efficient, but hey, sometimes you guys need to remember this is a game. We're here to have fun. So my recommendation is just plan out your roster 2 or 3 months in advance, and just make sure you're taking the time to invest in some stuff on the side, with priority on characters who are extremely good, like Ben, for example, or characters who are maybe just worth investing in. Maybe even just characters where you've finished the team, you might as well do the last piece of the puzzle. So that's kind of what I'm recommending here, guys. And the final one is just, if you apply Omicron, invest in the team. It's that simple. If you're going to apply an Omicron, don't leave the team at gear 11, gear 12. Take them up to relics. Anyways, guys, I hope this video helped you. My name is Glurmit, and if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, guys, have a Glurmit day.